So we're here with Louie and Mike Iacopi of Iacopi Farms, beautiful farms in Half Moon Bay, and we're so happy to be here today. What can you tell us about your farm? How long have you been farming?
Well, I started in 1962, and so we started just south of Half Moon Bay, and from then on we went through a couple of serious drought years, and then we started expanding. Mike got out of school, and we started getting into the farmers markets a little bit, and we kind of been moving around. We have this disease problem. It's a verticillium and fusarium wilt that we're dealing with. So we ended up moving on, and finally we're farming over 200 acres now. We started out with about 30. So that's our main challenge is weather, our rains, and finding clean land that we can grow our peas in.
You two just earned an award together, I think a big honor from the Farm Bureau, didn't you?
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Farmers of the Year for 2014.
Great.
So it's great to get an award on something we've been doing our whole life and working hard at it and fighting all the conditions we have to grow this wonderful product.
And you're the child that farms with your dad, right? Your other
Yes.
children are not in farming. The two of you work together.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned, some challenges you've had. What about the drought? What about this year? Is it?
Well, this year we started out gangbusters. It started out great, and then it just kind of phased out, and all those heavy rains, they helped a little bit, but for us it doesn't, just runs off. We don't have any ways to capture that moisture, and we get these staggered rains. That's what really helps us, because we dry farm probably over 100 acres, and so that's our big issue here. But we managed to get it in. We till the ground real fine and keep some moisture in. And as you see, we're getting some decent crops here. We got some beautiful peas.
They're fantastic.
We got some fava beans that are coming on, and those is where our main crops are. And
Yeah, water is the big issue. We need more rain. It's been a hard 3 years. Very difficult to think ahead and plant ahead and plant hoping it's going to rain and it doesn't.
So for people who, you understand what the term dry farming means, but for people who are watching, dry farming, no water, you just rely on nature and that's it? How would
Correct.
you just, okay. But the plants look phenomenal and your peas are among the very best.
Well, dry farming too, the plant seems like they get more flavor. The peas are a little sweeter because they're struggling for whatever moisture they can get. So there is a benefit for that.
Now you have locations other than right here within the airport.
right.
Where are those?
We have 4 miles south of Half Moon Bay up by Prisma Creek. And then we have a couple of other locations, Frenchman Creek. We have some little parcels back there by the Oceana Hotel. And that's about it.
We got about 5 different places scattered all over Half Moon Bay.
We got a little carried away on the locations, but it's hard to find large amounts of land in any one area. And some of the existing farms that are here have been here for years, so they've been there and they're pretty well founded. So we're hopping here and there, and this airport was offered to us through the county, and it used to be the best soil in Half Moon Bay. They used to grow a lot of artichokes and peas and beans and all kinds of stuff. So we were able to farm in between the runways, which really sounds ridiculous, but we're able to do it.
It's a lot of extra work,
Yeah.
but it works out on good years.
So we managed to try to get most of it in, and we're still planning, and hopefully that we get a little bit of rain, but we do have quite a bit of soil moisture that will probably carry us. So that's what we're hoping on.
So I know the quality of your products is amazing, and I know I've bought them at the College of San Mateo Farmers Market. You're there every week. Where else can people find your produce?
We're in Danville, Pleasanton, Mountain View, Palo Alto, San Francisco, San Rafael, and that's about it, I think.
And
All
College
over
of
the
San
Bay
Mateo
Area.
on Saturdays, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
San Mateo Saturday Market's been there since they opened it.
And will you sell directly to restaurants? If
We
a
do.
restaurant,
Yes.
you do. Okay, so if a restaurant sees this and is interested, they're able to contact you and
Right.
and buy in quantity?
Yeah, we sell all the chefs from all over the city come over. Far as Napa, we got some people in Vegas that use some of the product once in a while, LA even, so a little bit goes everywhere. So it's interesting.
So these are your two primary crops. What else do you have?
Grow
Or these
an Italian butter bean. It's a large white bean, in the order of almost like as big as a lima. And then we got a couple specialty beans like cranberries and berlotti and prim mantica. We got a very, I don't know, we probably grow 7 or 8 different varieties of beans. But our popular one is a Gigante and Italian butter bean.
Interesting.
And the berlotti, it makes a beautiful shelling bean, a nice red pod, beautiful, smooth, flavored brown bean.
And there's been at least like 3 of these seeds that came from his dad back in the 30s, and we still have them in the family, so we keep planting the same beans over and over.
Well, that makes it even more special,
it's like
right?
70 years
That
of
makes
growing
it,
the same.
wow.
I remember my dad used to go have a pocket full of beans, and he'd put a few rows of this and a little row of that, and we got in the garden, and it was just beautiful because we were blessed. We grew up with a great bunch of different varieties of foods,
Right.
and he was a great chef, so it topped it off.
Well, there you go. And so, were you interested always, Mike, from a very young age in farming? Were you the one that
yes, I always
you had the
loved,
passion for it?
after school going to the ranch, and as soon as I can drive a tractor, I was on the tractor, and my dad taught all of us how to drive tractor, and we all enjoyed it, and it's you appreciate it. You do the disking and the plowing and the planting and watching all this stuff grow. It's beautiful.
Nothing like it.
Sitting down eating the fresh peas in the field. It's been it's all we know.
Well, you have a passion for what you do, and it shows. I mean, the product is incredible, and we thank you so much for letting us come out and letting us see your farm today.
And thank you.
you.